Alright guys, so part 2 of the videos for today. We are joined by ferrets. Well, we will be. This is post-recorded. And guys, we do have some leaks in regards to the information that's come out regarding possible ships for Fleet Week and for Fleet Week and Invictus Week. So keep in mind, obviously, big disclaimer, these are obviously spoilers, speculation. It is stuff that we possibly... It's possibly stuff, sorry, my Discord gets a little trolly. It is possibly stuff that could be misinterpreted or whatnot. So do keep in mind, obviously, like I said, big spoilers. This is obviously stuff that is spoiler territory. So if you don't want to know about that, turn it off. There was the earlier video that went up where we broke down the 3.19 patch notes. And this is where we're going to be breaking down some of the data mining that we've seen. So let's just jump straight into it. Oh, okay, you've just posted more. Right, so the first thing we want to talk about is... Let me switch to... window capture. Discord. Okay. Right, so the first thing here, guys, you'll probably see is objects slash spaceships slash hollow viewer ships slash TMBL storm hollow viewer .cgf. So what this is objects, spaceships, hollow viewer is obviously the code for the hollow viewers, and the TMBL I believe is Tumblr. The storm is the name of the ship, so, or the vehicle, which will be the hollow storm, sorry, and then the hollow viewer is basically the hollow viewer view. I believe this is basically telling us that we're going to be getting a new vehicle, I believe it's a vehicle, at the Expo for the Free Fly event and for the Fleet Week, and it seems like it's going to be called the Storm, and it seems like it's going to be made by Tumblr. So, very quickly on that, any thoughts, Fez? Do we need another vehicle?
I hope it's another tank or a bigger tank because I like tanks.
Actually, here's a really, really weird idea for you. What if it's not a tank, and what if it's a ground vehicle for ground salvage?
Name the Storm.
Well, storms are pretty good at cleaning things up. Maybe that's where they're going for it.
Storm doesn't really sound like you're salvaging ground ship.
No, but it could be a code name too, right? Like they're pretty much going to suspect that this is probably going to leak, which it has. So maybe they're giving it code names.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if it's a combat vehicle, maybe a like APC or a like IFV, but
well, also the thing is that we also have these salvage gameplay loops coming in, and they've mentioned in that they also want ground salvage as well as space and stuff like that. People have been asking for a ground salvage thing. I believe this is going to be a ground vehicle that salvages stuff off the ground. And I reckon the reason they're calling it the Storm is probably because the Storm lifts everything up off the ground. It's as simple as that. Like, have you ever seen what happens to a piece of debris when a tornado goes through? Or high winds go through? That basically lifts everything up off the ground.
I don't know. But something tells me we're going to find out over the next few weeks or two.
Yep, I believe we'll probably find out at the Expo. I suspect this is probably going to be at the Free Fly / Fleet Week, which is May. So about a month from now, I believe. I believe it's on. I believe it starts on my birthday, which is the 25th of May. So yeah, I believe it's about a week away.
Yeah, interesting.
Alright, second thing we want to get into is this here. And I'll try and zoom it in for you guys. I can't. Right, so basically the code is index is 0 or index 1. Type is loco string variable. It's a info panel title. It's a vehicle name. So vehicle underscore name is misc, MISC underscore fury underscore maru, MIRU. And then we have a second entry, which is basically saying the same thing. Vehicle description, misc fury maru.
Now, if you look up the definition of maru,
Yep.
it's a Japanese, and it stands for to take care of. So, a medical, maybe,
See, okay, I'm gonna.
or a salvage.
All right, so I don't think it's salvage. I'm wondering if this is the Expanse.
I mean,
We know-
because the Expanse has already been named as the Expanse, and this is obviously named something else.
Well, this could be a code name too. Let's not forget, CIG have used code names in the past. I forget which ships it were, but the last ships that have come out, they weren't called the same names when it came to the Holoviewer. They're going to know that this leaks, right? There's nothing they can do to stop the leak, right? So I think the reason they're giving them code names is because of just to sort of, so people don't exactly necessarily know what it is. But I think this is the Expanse. Got to keep in mind, this is only a holo view, right?
No, this is going to be straight to a flyable.
Oh yeah, that's right. There's no thing. Yeah, there's no holo view on it.
So I don't think it's the Expanse because we don't have the gameplay, the mechanics for the Expanse.
Well, we do actually.
Not in the game, we don't.
Yes, we do. Every refinery deck uses them.
Yeah, but the only problem is, though, we don't have ship-based tractor beams or detachable saddlebags.
Well, on the detachable saddlebags, they were talking about possibly bringing that in for the 0.5 version of tracking. Now, my guy told me that the detachable weapon stuff was done, and the reason why we don't have it in 3.19 is because of the fact that they're working on the saddlebags. They are desperately trying to get it in for 3.19, and that's why it's not in this build. So, take that with a grain of salt, everybody. But that's what I've been told. Like I said, could be horseshit, could be gospel, but that's what I was told. If they bring in tractor beams for saddlebags, and we already have refineries with the ability to process ore, that's all they really need. I think this is it's MISC. I think this is the Expanse, but we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
All right, and then we have a whole bunch of code for tractor beams, which is obviously what we've known. But yeah, beams, force, range. So this is standard, weapons UI. This UI here is just for them, obviously showing stuff on the screen. So this is all UI by the looks of it. Yeah. What else? I noticed turn value. Yep.
Just trying to think. This is these are controls for something, but I got what it was for.
These aren't controls. This is UI.
you control stuff by UI. So
No, UI is no, not necessarily. UI is the displaying of the information. So the turn value UI, I presume, is a value on the screen that will tell you exactly the angle of what things are and when you're turning them.
right,
So
but
80 degrees,
then
70 degrees, 60 degrees.
yeah, but then like go down the list you have UIs for odd ladders.
Yep.
Odd ladders don't. I don't know. It's a late here.
Yeah. So that could be something like you look at the whole ladder, hold F, and the option comes up. Maybe.
I don't know.
And then after, before we get to the story, we've got bombs. So it looks like we got a size 5 bomb called the Stormburst. And then we've got here record tag, ballista, vulture, lynx, and then we've got the fury and the salgan.
We have no idea what that one is.
And that looks like it says guide as well, so maybe that's the part of the interactive player experience. So maybe the fury is the ship that you actually get to go through and train in, maybe. So maybe that's what that MISC ship is. Maybe it's a training ship. That would make sense. MISC is industrial.
Well, I don't know because I'd like all of those ships have the guide on it, so
Yeah. But that's probably, well, so, okay, so looking at the guides, we've got the Lynx, we've got the Vulture, we've got the Ballista, we've got the Fury, and then we've got the Salgan. Right? Ballista is ground vehicle. Armored personnel missile carrier. Vulture is salvage. The Lynx is general transport, or moving around, or transport. Fury is we don't know, and the Salgan is something else, right? These are different ships out of different categories. If you were going to do a guide and you were going to have ships and vehicles that people can use for the guides, you would want to have a wide range of ships and vehicles that people can go through and try out. For example, if you had a guide, you would want someone to go and do salvage, you'd want to lend them a salvage ship, which would probably be a Vulture. And then after that, you'd be like, hey, okay, you've done the salvage counterpart of the guide. Now maybe you can go and transport this box, and we'll give you a Lynx where you can go and transport it from point A to point B. That's what I think that is. I think that's just simply them going through and designating ships for the guides.
So, can we just go back real quick to the bombs?
Yep.
So, as far as I'm aware, there's only 2 ships that use size 5 bombs.
Retaliator and...
No. The Retaliator uses size 9 torpedoes.
Right. And isn't there a bomber variant as well?
There's the Gladiator.
Yeah.
And the A1.
Right.
That also has size 5 bombs on it.
What does the A1 have stock standard? Are they size 5s?
Yeah, stock standard size 5s.
Okay, so you'll be able to change them out. Maybe on the A1, change them out to maybe a different variant.
No. CIG said that those are bespoke for the A1. You can't change those out.
Right.
So either we're getting different variations of bombs for other ships, or maybe we are getting the A1
with an upgrade
for 3.9. No.
Well, if it's bespoke and it's no longer bespoke, that would be an upgrade. That's what I'm getting at. Maybe
Well,
they've gone through and changed the code.
no, I don't get where you're coming from saying that it's an upgrade. It's always been size 5 bombs and you can't change them.
I just mean the fact that you can change them maybe in the future. Is what I'm getting at. Maybe that. So when they go through and they say that it's bespoke, the reason they're normally saying that is because when they built them, or when they've built the ship, A, they were the only ones that were available at the time, or B, there was some limitation in your ability to change the weapons, which is why you're stuck with the size 5s. Maybe they've gone through and upgraded the ship or changed the ship to allow you to change the bombs, considering they are size 5s and these are size 5s.
I mean, I don't really know, because I mean, the ship's bomb the bay is designed to specifically take size 5 bombs.
Which these are.
Right.
Yeah.
So what I'm trying to get at is, if they're bringing in size 5 bombs, maybe that means either we're getting size 5 bombs for existing ships in game, or maybe this is a precursor to them releasing the A1. It's either one or the other.
Yeah, the A1's the Crusader one, right? Yeah.
Yeah, the A1 is the Crusader Spirit A1.
Yeah, sorry, I was confused. What's the C? What's the A2 or whatever it is? The one that's already in the game for Crusader.
The A2 currently has size 10 the bombs, but you can change out the bomb the base for size 3s.
Right.
Of multiple sizes. Well,
I'd say it's probably
was it
this
size
is
3s?
I'm not sure.
Now,
I presume this
have
is
me curious.
Yeah, I think this is probably. I think you're right. This is probably for the. Sorry, it's late here too. I thought you. Yeah, I was confused. I was talking about the C2, C1, whatever it is, the one that's already in the game. Yeah. Sorry, that's why I was talking about an upgrade. So what's that? Those bombs? They're 10s, and are they 5s or 3s?
Still trying to find out.
Sure. But at the very least, this is probably more likely bombs that are going to be used for at least the A1.
Size 3s.
Right, gotcha.
According to the information that we have, it could either hold a total of 4 size 10 bombs or 2 cluster bomb modules to deploy a total of 60 size 3s.
Holy shit. Right.
Yeah, that's a lot of bombs.
Yeah.
So the size 5s. Fuck. Now I have to see if it's for the Retaliator.
Yeah, I would say it's maybe for the Retaliator, but most likely going to be for the A1. We already know they're working on the A1, C1, all this sort of stuff. So I would say it's most likely the bomb for that. And considering like the C2 or A2 or whatever it is, the A2 is size 10s, it makes sense that the A1s would be size 5s. So I would say that. Alright, while he's looking that up, guys, we do also have some audio files. So we have a file here called Limits on Players in Dynamic Events.
Hey, hate to change things up on you after you volunteered, but our people have been making such great progress against the Ninetails that logistically doesn't make much sense for you to join the operation. You are dismissed. Be safe out there.
Oh, wow.
And thanks again.
So that sounds like they're going to be able to go through and dismiss people that have taken too long to join, I would suspect. We have another one, guys, called Independent Operators.
Word of warning. We got reports of independent operators attacking CDF volunteers. Keep an eye out for unexpected hostiles.
All right, that sounds like it's just a general warning for like when like pirates and stuff like that. We have another one called unaffiliated hostiles.
Seems we have a new threat to deal with. Multiple unaffiliated hostiles are attacking CDF volunteers on this platform.
Cool. And then we have a Bengal docking.
Attention, Invictus attendees. The UEES Barbary Bengal carrier I mentioned earlier has docked at the station.
All right. Okay. So obviously that's an announcement for the Bengal docking over at Invictus Week. Or Fleet. Yeah, I called it Fleet Week earlier. It's Invictus Week. Sorry, guys. Sorry, I'm tired.
Invictus, Fleet Week. It's the
Yeah,
same
thing. Yeah. All right. How'd you go with the Retaliator? What size?
According to the only information that I can find, it only holds size 9 torpedoes.
Gotcha.
So
I would say it's probably the A1. I think you're right with that.
if I'm right, then I get treats later.
you got a belly, bro. All right. As for the rest of the stuff, I think this UI stuff is obviously UI, and the ships. The Misk Fury might be a vehicle that's used for training. And then obviously the Hello Tumbler Storm is obviously the humbler view for the Tumbler Ranger. I think that might actually be a salvage ship for ground vehicle, but we'll see. Apart from that, Fizz, anything else we need to talk about before I let you go? Because I know you got to shoot off.
I really hope it's the A1.
Well, even if they've like put the bombs in stuff like this, right, doesn't necessarily mean the A1 is coming within the next 3 months. So the reason why they, just for everybody playing at home, the reason why they have to do this is like, for example, when you're doing stuff with like game dev, you need to tie things to certain things. So you might not be ready to bring in the A1, but you need the information to be there about the A1 bombs because you need to, for example, add missile launchers or bomb bays or whatever it may be to the ship. So what you have to do is you basically have to make an entity for the ship, for the bombs, so that you can tie that to the ship, so that you can have like the weapons laid out and VMA and stuff like that working. Doesn't necessarily mean it's coming this minute. It could be 3 or 6 or 12 months away. Most likely, normally about 3 to 6 months. But yeah, as we know, that they are been working on the A1 and the C1. We have seen photos of them working. Grey box, I believe, final grey box. So I would say it's probably likely 3 months or 6 months out. So I don't know if we'll get it for 319. Most likely, from what I'm hearing, is we'll get it for 320. Apart from that, Fizz, anything else you want to talk about?
No, not really. No.
Not really. Cool. All right, guys. Apart from that, obviously, I've got.
One thing. Sorry. We do have the date for Fleet Week.
Right. Let me guess. 25th or so of May.
No.
What's the date?
May 19th to the 30th.
Okay. Yeah. May 19th. Did you say?
19th to the 30th. Yeah.
So yeah, they're starting it on a Thursday. Yeah, it makes sense. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, like I say, it's normally on with my birthday. My birthday's 25th of May. All right, guys. Yeah. Apart from that, obviously, let us know what your video thoughts are in the comment section below. Obviously, we're going to split this. I was going to put this as one video, but considering it's over half an hour, I'll split it up into 2 videos. Guys, let us know what your thoughts are in that comment section regarding these leaks. Also, let us know what your thoughts on the other video regarding the patch notes. Are you excited for 319? Apart from that, guys, let me know what your thoughts are. And you want to say bye, friends?
No.
Okay. Apart from that, guys, have a great night. Enjoy yourselves, and we'll see you in the verse.